Good.
Yeah, mine's still up to. I'm like, 1 year I didn't take it down to August.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding. Well, no, my husband's going to
Yeah.
take it down sometime soon, I'm sure.
All right, we're live.
We are.
Just
Hello.
wait for a few. We are. Thank you for coming in. We'll wait
Thank
for
you
a
for
few
having
people.
me again.
That's okay. And the book released a day early.
It
I
did.
saw.
It released a day early, right? And the publisher punches publish, and so in plenty of time. I think Amazon takes like up to 3 days to get it up there. So you never know when they put it out to publish, and people already found it early. So that's kind of a good thing.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I saw a couple of
Even though I
people
didn't
saying
really
that they'd
announce it.
already ordered it. So that's good.
Yes, that's
Jen's
awesome.
here. Hi, Jen. Thank you for
Hey.
making it. Oh, you poor thing. You're still here, though.
Uh-oh.
Are you not feeling well?
No, I'm not. I'm a little under the weather. But I wanted to join y'all. I'm so excited about your book.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, she's excited.
I'm excited about your book.
Of course. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Jen, though.
Better.
And Peggy is in hospital. Autoimmune disease, not her ankylosing spondylitis. So, Peggy, we love you from hospital. Get better soon. And it's her birthday tomorrow too.
Oh, well, I know. You told me that. That's terrible. Poor girl.
Yeah,
Are they
I know.
letting her out soon, or?
Well, no, they've been treating her really bad this time. So I think she's gone live a couple of times just to say, and it's the hospital she normally goes to, but yeah, they're just ignoring when she puts on the lights, things like that. So,
oh gosh,
it's not good.
No, that's not good. So, oh my goodness, hospitals will kill you. I swear.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
They will. All right, we're up to 8. We've got people coming in. Hello, everybody. 9. Oh, at least people know this time. That's good. Wait till the notification goes out. Usually takes a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Oh, not search. Refresh. All right. Yep, notifications going out. All good. So the book came out a day early.
It did,
on Kindle and paperback.
It did, yes. And they're not together on Amazon yet. I guess they get married together after a couple of days. So that'll be, on the same page. But right now they're not. So I've been putting out the links to both, separate links. So
yeah. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Yep. So I'll put a link up. Hi, Sherilyn. I'll put a link up to both of them. What I've got open on the screen is the paperback version. And I'm just going to post.
Thank you.
Basically, the link should be, when the live finishes, the links should be there for them.
Perfect.
And
I did buy the paperback version today.
You got it? I'm getting mine next week.
Wonderful. Is it on Australia already? Amazon Australia?
Yes. Yes.
Yay.
Right now, I've got the American one up just because most people who here or who would buy it are in America. But both are up is very good. And I'm just going to...
Thank you guys so much for buying it. I really appreciate that.
Of course.
Oh, I have to have a hard copy. Even though you kindly sent us the so the first one on those links, guys, is the paperback, and the second one is the Kindle. They will be married together. I think you said, didn't you, Tanya?
In a couple days.
In a couple of days.
Right.
Yeah. So normally it's not like that, but yeah, showing. And it's showing up in Australia just fine.
Good.
So I'm just going to go back to where I was. Also, I wanted to mention for people too, even us, I was still shipping on mine, but it wasn't too bad. I think you get free shipping for us is over $25. But in America, if you guys haven't taken the if you have never taken the Prime offer, you can get a month's free trial of Prime with Amazon, which will give you free postage. And then just like go in and just then if you don't want to subscribe to it every month, then just cancel it and you can have your month free, but you'll get free delivery in America.
Very nice. Yes, and they're very quick too. Very quick.
Are they? Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, mine wasn't much. Like I think it was $6 shipping, and that was like the cheap one. But still, It was like having it in like 2 weeks or something, which is it's still pretty good. But I didn't find their postage very high or anything like that.
Okay,
I think I subscribed to the 1 month Prime trial, and I think what it did is it doesn't in Australia it doesn't give it to you for free, but it brings costs down. Good. Which is good. Yeah.
Very good.
So definitely. Now how did you go yesterday? Did you get any indication of sales or
today
anything like
I woke up to being the top seller in my publishing house right now with this book. That was awesome,
well done.
Thank you. It's doing very well. I don't know the numbers as far as how many books are sold, and I only know the ranking. And it, out of like something like 4 million Kindle books in the entire Amazon, ours was at I think 50,000 out of 4 million. So It's doing very well. And
that's good.
Yeah, and I'm glad
that is really good
buying it, and I hope they enjoy it. And again, I'm hoping that the ending will uplift some spirits. I don't know, but it's doing very, very, very well for the first day out of the gate. Absolutely.
Well, congratulations.
The ending is good. The ending is a surprise.
Yes.
I don't want to ruin any surprises, but
thank you.
Yeah, it oh crap! What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I hate that. Oh, what? You're not psychic? No, I was going to say this was a very passionate write for you too. So
it is. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, blood, sweat, and tears. It was very difficult to get through some of the parts, and my publisher, the editor, the copy editor who edited my book from the front to back, she added an additional disclaimer because Karen thought I'm the only one getting emotional, but she became emotional as well. So there's an additional disclaimer at the beginning, which I think should be there. And so it's an emotional book, and again, it was very emotional writing it, but I felt I had to, and I hope it does some good for someone somewhere. It may not, but if anyone reads it, that's sort of the situation.
Sure, it's definitely. Yeah. I think so. Because people are still talking about this case. 18 months on, and just because if you don't know your husband, then who do you know? It's your spouse. Won't just leave it to the men, but people are still looking. People still have a lot of questions, and there probably won't be any answers to them. But I think you've given people, because this is a fiction book. It's not nonfiction. I think you've been able to give people something that otherwise you wouldn't have been able to give them if it had been
a nonfiction. Right. Yeah. And I think I offered, like I said, a little bit of hope, and if the families were to read it, I would hope that it would help them towards the end. I don't know if it could, but something like that was my goal basically. And I cry whenever I read the ending, so I'm hoping that it might move someone else, and
I think it was. I'm just trying to think if it was. I think it might have been chapter 23.
Sure.
If I just say the words waiting room.
Sure.
I was like, oh my God, that was the most emotional chapter for me.
I was
know. Like,
I know. I
from
didn't think anyone
from
would be
Kenzie's
expecting
perspective.
that, right?
No,
And
no.
I'm glad I was able to do that. Yes, and that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do, which you couldn't do with nonfiction, of course, no way. But
No.
you know, it's a sort of a way to explain a lot of the things that happened, you know, with the house or any mysterious happenings after the fact. You know, I
Yeah,
think that,
tying that into actual stuff from the discovery is really good.
Thank
At
you.
the same time, just fantastic.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Shine On, how are you, honey? All right, so I was just going to read out the brief for it in case anyone briefs the wrong word. What am I looking for? Synopsis? Prologue?
Synopsis,
Oh.
right.
Synopsis, right.
Okay.
Right.
Blurb, blurby blurb. So
There we go.
you guys know this. It's inspired by the Chris Watts case. Everyone knows this case. So inspired by a true crime, handsome, reliable Charlie Spencer is a loving husband and father. His wife is a beautiful, self-made businesswoman who's found success in online cosmetic sales. Together, the Spencers are raising two precious little girls, not precarious, like Jay Detective said, with their first boy on the way. To the rest of the world, Charlie and Cassandra have everything, including a tidy McMansion in Southern California's Inland Empire. And their relationship appears to be perfect until the day Charlie's wife and children disappear without a trace. As his cover story begins to unravel, local law enforcement, along with the California Bureau of Investigation, turn up the heat on Charlie. Told through the voices of the victims and the killer, this story explores questions and provides answers that are truly stranger than fiction. What really happened to that fateful night? Did Charlie act alone? And what were the victims thinking as he snuffed out their lives methodically, one by one? Right. So, you know, there are similarities, but like we said previously, I think when you came in that when you're reading it, you don't think about the Watts, you think about the Spencers. So
that's wonderful. Perfect. Excellent. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you say that. I really am, you know, because it is fiction. You know, it's a fictional family and the crime is the same. You know, a lot of the elements are the same. But it is fiction. It's not true. Especially the second half of the book. A lot of things happen the way they really did happen with the Watts case. But a lot of it is completely, you know, fabricated, you know, for dramatic effect or to make the story go in the direction that, you know, I felt it needed to. And, you know,
and like
I
we said,
even give a little bit of happiness to the mistress, which I know a lot of people will crucify me for that. But
I was wondering about that.
Yes. In my opinion, I think she was completely innocent, and her greatest crime was, you know, dating a married man. You know, she's kind of an idiot, but I don't think she's a criminal, you know. So
I mean, I always said that, but I think she was just found guilty in the public court of opinion, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Right.
So definitely.
Yeah.
Stay with me.
Sure.
What I was going to do is go back to some of your now they're not all on Amazon, are they? All of your books?
They should be. Every one of them should be on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm just going crazy. All right, so the Ghost of Grey Gardens is on there. Ghost of Grey Gardens is on there. The Angel Factor, the Cure series, Volume 1 and 2.
Right.
The Haunting of Chinley Hall.
Right.
Now,
if you go to my
Devils,
actual
and
author page, the other 3 items, one is a short novella called Severed about a female serial killer, and there are 2 other books which were collaboration with myself and other authors. Lurking in the Shadows.
Yep.
Yes. So There's separate
And
like that.
demons,
Yeah.
demons, devils, and thens.
Right.
All right,
They're
they are all there.
now. Good.
Yep, they are all
Yes.
there, and I'm going crazy, so that's fine.
No,
What I love
it's
about
okay.
this,
I don't know how Amazon does all that stuff. Sometimes
Yeah.
things disappear. I don't know.
What I love is I've had for several months I've had Kindle Unlimited, and so quite a few of these books are under Kindle Unlimited, which is great. I want to start reading.
Almost all of them should be.
Almost
Every one that's
all
through
of
my
them.
regular publisher should be. I decided to go ahead and work with my publisher. I mean, she's such a wonderful lady, and I became intimidated by trying to self-publish, so I went ahead and gave her this book, and I'm so glad I did. It's again, shout out for the home team. It's CHBB Publishing, and they're wonderful. I can't ask for anything more. They got it turned around in the amount of time that I needed it done, and it's out there exactly when I wanted it to be out there. So yeah, I couldn't have done that on my own.
Perfect. No, that's perfect.
Yes.
No, I think we lost Jen, but we got her back. Now we lost her again.
Oh no.
Okay. No, that's okay.
She's sick anyway.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, I was just going to run through your other books that were on Amazon, if that was okay.
Go right ahead.
So up on the screen I have, so I'm just sharing Amazon at the moment. So if you just bear with me.
Yep.
Kindle and paperback. That's good.
Someone was texting me.
I think that one because no, that's okay. I think with that one, that's the last book you did, is it? Before before No Inclination.
July of 2019.
Right. Okay. So I think pretty much everything except this one is on Kindle Unlimited, but still the price is really good. It's $8.24 for me, and that's really good. Did you want to tell everyone a little bit about the story instead of me just reading synopsis?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Grey Gardens. I don't know if anyone, I usually refer to the Drew Barrymore and Jessica Lange movie, and everyone's seen that or heard of it or something like that. There were two eccentric women living in East Hampton, New York, in a building, in a mansion called Grey Gardens. And they were both named Edie. It was Edie Beale and her daughter, Edie Beale. And Edith Beale, the older woman, she was the sister of Black Jack Boudier, who is Jackie Onassis's father. So young Edie was Jackie O's, first cousin, as well as Lee Radziwill's first cousin. Well, they had a very close friend named Lois Wright, a beautiful, wonderful woman who appeared with them in a documentary in 1975 titled Grey Gardens. And the documentary itself became a cult classic. I mean, there are so many huge fans of Grey Gardens, and Lois is still doing very well. She's 91. She's a wonderful lady. She reads palms, and she does the tarot thing, and she's an artist, and her paintings are beautiful, and they're very well known everywhere. Well, we wrote her biography together. Her 91 years of life, including the time she spent at Grey Gardens. And there are a lot of surprises in the book for Grey Gardens fans. Things that Lois has never revealed before. And so, yeah, that was definitely a labor of love. That was my only nonfiction full-length publication that I've ever done. And
Fantastic.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. When did this come out?
July 25th, my birthday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just for the good luck of it, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So Jennifer said she's got a horrible signal because of pouring rain in
my internet
Louisiana.
Was bad earlier. I was worried.
Yeah, there's been a couple of the weather's been getting crazy early on.
Oh, I know.
like
know.
3 weeks ahead of pretty much
Oh,
schedule. You know.
goodness. We've had a light winter, but when it gets bad, it gets bad.
Yes, yep. Jen was saying she has seen a lot of renewed interest in the Watts case recently because people have been comparing it to a case in Florida that's happening now. Have you managed to look up on the Todd case? T-O-D-T, I don't know how you say that. Todd.
I've seen things about it here and there. I've not actually investigated it. You know, this past week has been completely, you know, I've told you about my book brain. It's been, you know, getting the final edits done and getting it out there and making sure everything is perfect. And so I haven't looked into it, but I have seen little blurbs about it here and there that it is a very similar case. Yes.
Oh, yeah, similar.
Horrible.
So, but preceded by, he had a clinic of some kind and he was, you know, doing Medicaid fraud and billing for customers that he didn't even go there anymore. And so the FBI had been watching him for a while and they were just going to come down on him. So rather than, you know, surrender to all of this fraud, he becomes a family annihilator.
Yes.
Kills
and
his
he
wife.
even killed the dog.
Breezy. Yeah. Yes. So just absolutely horrible. And apparently just lived in the same house for 2 to 3 weeks after he'd done it. Because I think they think he did it on New Year's Eve, perhaps. And he wasn't arrested till a couple of weeks after that. So
no, I'll definitely look into it. I've got a whole list of cases that I need to look into next. But no, that does sound a lot like the Watts case. And I mean, I don't know what's gotten into this, you know, the world.
Where that's the option. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's been happening for forever, but it seems in today's modern world, where we have all this technology and we share information, you know, so quickly that we're more aware of it perhaps now. I think back to the Diane Downs case where she murdered her babies and said that some man, you know, attacked them and, you know, took her car from her or whatnot, or was it Susan Smith, I think, who drowned her 2 little ones. And yeah, so it's been going on for a while, and but I think we're more aware of it now. And unfortunately, it seems as though there are more cases popping up here and there. But you know, I don't know. How could anyone hurt a baby, a child? You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it happens.
There's complete innocence there, and anything. Yes. Anyway.
Oh, you're coming in and out, Richard. I'm sorry. You're tinny.
Sorry.
Oh, you sound like a UFO.
What happened? Oh no.
You're okay now. It's fine now. Maybe just to me. I don't know.
Gosh, I have so much trouble with my audio.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, but you said, you said fine, I think.
Yeah, you're fine.
So this is, oh, good. Yeah, it might come in and out. I'm not sure. I was the first one that was able to leave a rating too, so that's good. It's already up there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I haven't seen it yet. But Amazon's been taking a couple, 3 days to get those reviews up, you know. So, and a lot of people read.
It went out really quickly, so that's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's true.
You're so nice.
So it's just looking at. Oh, thank you. Where are we? Sorry, my brain's fuzzy.
No, you're fine. I'm in the same boat. My brain's not here.
No. So I downloaded this one I'm ready to watch it when I go to bed, The Cure series book 1. Can you explain that one? And then there's a second one, right?
There is a second one. There's actually a third one on my computer, and it will be done, I'm hoping, by this, by 2020, the end of 2020. So, yeah, I had to take a break from those characters as much as I love them. You know, I sort of stepped away for a little while in book 1 and 2. You know, they stand on their own, so there's no cliffhangers or anything like that. Well, there's anticipation of what might happen next, but there's no cliffhangers. I don't do cliffhangers. So while everyone's waiting, they can read those books and just wait for the third. Yeah, so that's kind of neat. But I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll get the third one out. Since we're at the beginning of the year.
Oh, that's exciting. Because you said you've got several, haven't you, on your computer that
I do.
are kind of half written?
Of them. I've got one that's completely complete and I don't like it. It's like a sci-fi futuristic dystopian sort of thing. And then I've got two of them which are psychological thrillers. One is for an adult, it's a woman about our age who gets in a train accident and things aren't what they appear to be. I mean, her car's hit by a train. And it's about her recovery. Another one is about a series of, teenage kids who are being kidnapped. And with all of my books, I put a twist in the end usually. And both of these psychological thrillers do have twist endings, but I'm about halfway through both of them. So we'll see. I don't know which one I want to pick up next and finish.
The one you don't like, what are you going to do with it?
I have no idea. It's completely done. Maybe go back through it because I wanted to make it sort of a series, but I don't know if it's impactful enough, if it's unique enough. And that's sort of where I go. I do the unique stuff that that no one really has touched on yet. But I think it's a lot like a lot of dystopian futuristic novels. So I don't know, maybe I'll tweak it and figure out what to do with it. So we'll see.
Did you ever think of perhaps handing it over to some beta readers to get their feedback on it?
But then again, I'd be embarrassed if it was a mess. You know what I mean? So I'll probably go through that one and reread everything as though I'm a reader and see what it is that made me so bored with it and see if I can, spice it up a little bit. But that's called
well, you could send it to you could send it to us three. You could send it to Peggy and Jen and I. Like, we're non-judgy over here.
Definitely.
So,
I will.
I'm over here non-judging.
Thank you. Yeah. I have to go do my own edits on it and see if it's even, worth saving. I don't know. I'm really hard on myself with my writing. I don't know why, but that's what I do.
I think that's good, though. Yeah, I think and I think that's very good. I think
sure.
It's it makes for better material. I mean,
right. If you're more you focus more on what you need to fix rather than just get it out there or whatever. Yes,
I guess at the same time that makes it a more stressful experience. Process.
Right. So, definitely. And I would never leave it up to an editor. Of course they catch a bunch of things and the betas do too, but I have to have it, as perfect as I can make it before I pass it on to anyone. So
that's what I say. It's not one of those jobs it's not one of those jobs you can delegate because it's your feelings only, which are totally unique.
Personal, right.
Yeah. No one else has your perception or anything like that. So except you. Okay, so what is The Cure about then? We've got that up on the screen, The Cure series.
The Cure, my brother and I were having a conversation about human cloning. And my brother's a big publisher of a bunch of magazines and whatever. And we talked about a possible book about human cloning, and it was a different direction altogether. But I thought, what if human cloning was mandated by the government somehow? And that's what this book is all about, the series, where the only way you can give birth to a child is by way of human cloning. You literally go into a clinic and you pick out a number, whoever you want to give birth to, whether it's a clone of Elvis Presley or whoever. You pick out that code, and the more famous codes, of course, are more expensive. But you're not allowed to do have a natural pregnancy or birth. And there's a company, and not a company,
why not?
Organization.
Will that ruin the book? Can I ask why not? Why you're not allowed to have a?
Well, the premise is that a president had a little girl who passed away with cancer around this time of, existence. And in order, they figured out that cancer was all caused by one particular gene or something like that. I don't remember the full backstory there, but
Yep.
only people who are clear of this gene, who don't have it in their body at all, were allowed to donate, their DNA to continue on with the human race. So there are hundreds of thousands of people who don't have this cancer defect who donated their DNA to be used as human cloning in the future when everyone dies, when everyone passes away, who is in our generation currently, then the only people who go on are clones. And there are a lot of laws, right? And it's mandated so that cancer, and that's why it's called the cure, because it's the cure for cancer. And that is something that everyone, can sort of identify with. Everyone has someone who's passed with cancer. And wouldn't it be nice if we could have a cure? But there's an organization called GOD. It is the Genetic Operations Division, and they control everything. And when this book starts, they're at the point where they've taken over, like, the regular police department, and any kind of law enforcement is controlled by GOD. And they run around in little red coats, that's their uniform. And they make sure that no one gives birth to an original, what we call originals, which would be a regular, human birth, a regular baby. So that's the premise of the book series. And of course, it all goes wrong. So,
right.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I really do. If you've liked Divergent or like games. Awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad.
I don't think I'm going to get my husband to read Inclination because he's sick of my true crime. But I really think he would.
Yep.
Yeah, I would read these though. So I'll see if I can get him to read these and see what he thinks.
Wonderful.
So I've got the second one there. So that will come up.
That's the second one.
That's in Kindle and paperback too. I'm just checking. Yeah. Angel Factor.
Yep.
And then what did we have? The Haunting of Tinley Hall.
That is a ghost story. It's a paranormal romance. And it's, like I said, this is a book where a lot of people who have lost a spouse or lost a loved one have told me that the ending gave them so much hope. And that's sort of what I wanted to do with the No Inclination book, was to inspire the same type of hope. But it is a ghost story on the surface, but of course it's deeper than that. That's my favorite book that I've written. I'm not sure if No Inclination will. I love The Ghosty Grey Gardens, but that's not fiction. This is probably my favorite fictional book that I've written up to now. I think No Inclination is going to move in there too, because I really enjoyed, getting it all together. And even though it was heartbreaking at the same time, it was a big exercise for me. But yeah, I love this book myself. I always cry when I read the ending of it, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jen was saying that she hopes you find another subject that you could write about in true crime. Do you have anything in your head, or?
No, my friend and I, you'll notice there's a character named David Smith in the book who takes over the place of, Nikki's Jim, I think his name was. He's one of my best friends, and he and I are going to try to tag team this sort of novel again about some true crime, and we're kind of going through lists of everything. But again, my head's been in the clouds and, bookland for the last week or so he's doing more research than I am. But so there will be another book, I think, like this one. But if he wants to, take on the part of the killer while I do the victim end of it. And I think that would give a different perspective, altogether. And it would be clear that two different people wrote the book, which is good, But we don't know what's crime.
Has there ever been a thought, because this book is fiction, you've got the chance to do a sequel or a series on it? Any thought about that?
No, not with this case. I think the Spencer case is closed, even though the ending does, leave it open to some sort of different thing branching out. But no, I think it's closed. I think it's done. Like with The Cure. Yeah. And with my Haunting of Tanley Hall, I was thinking about doing a Haunting of series with different people who are affected by, hauntings or whatever, however you want to look at it. But I don't know, that's, I haven't started that yet either. But no, No Inclination is done, and that's where it ends. Yeah.
That's where you'll keep it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I think this is the last one up here before the other two were, I think, collaborations, but we've got Severed as well. What is this one?
It is a short novella about a female serial killer. And as
I need to have this one.
I'm sorry?
I was just going, I need to have that one.
Oh, and I think that one's only like 99 cents or something like that. It's really, pretty cheap. I don't know.
It's only on Kindle.
It's only on Kindle because it's very short. It's a very short novella. And that one's about a female serial killer. And it gets a little bit graphic, but nothing is the way it seems in this book. But at the end, there's a big twist, so it's one of those. I don't like that story as much as I do some of my other books, but a lot of people love that book, so I don't know.
Was that one of the first ones you wrote, or?
No. This was, I think, last year. It might have been 2018, or maybe 2017, but I think it was. Oh, I don't remember. It should say on the on the publication there. No, it's sort
it
of
should. I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at it. Where is it? Just says length 40 pages.
Right. It's very short. It'll say publication date somewhere in the
May 12th, 2018.
Okay, good. So it was last year. Right. That's what I thought.
Last year. No, it was the year before last.
Oh, okay, that's right. It's 2020. Oh my goodness. Oh, Steve, yeah. This head. I mean,
I know. I know. No, I deal with it every day.
Oh my
gosh. I keep
gosh.
putting 19 on stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Yeah, sure. 5 years ago, whatever.
Yeah. All right, and the other two, so they were done in with E.M. Fitch and Lily Lachisi. Is that how you say it?
There are about, I think, 10 authors in the Lurking in the Shadows book. And my story is the last one in that book, and I believe it might be the longest one. And it's called Lizzie. And it's about another haunted house and a little girl ghost. And again, there's a little surprise ending to it. But yeah, I really love that story too. I don't know, maybe it's just my ghost stories that I really like, but that one I really do enjoy.
And this one's on Kindle and paperback. And it looks like it might be under Kindle Unlimited. I haven't switched over to the AU site yet, just like I said, because most people are in the US.
I think everything through my publisher should be, but I'm not sure if they all are. I would assume, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back and check because it said this is the Lurking series book 2.
Yes. And I only took that one.
Oh, right. So that's why one isn't up here. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last one is, I think, was a collaboration with P. Matten, Demons, Devils, and Denizens of Hell.
A bunch of people in that one, and mine is the first story in that book. It's called The Lair, and it's about another killer, or it seems he is. Again, everything's not exactly as it seems in this book. Just like in almost every single one of my books, there's a big twist ending and then another twist in the ending of this one. So there are 2 twists that, turn around and around. But I do like that story, actually. And my brother sort of gave me the idea for that one, too.
Oh, that's great. So that's on Kindle, $4.33 on Kindle and $16.99 on paperback. But it's got Prime coverage as well, too. Yeah. So.
And that one's through a different publisher.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a publisher affiliated with my publisher. Long story, but it's a different publisher. Hellbound
Yep.
Books, I believe.
All right. So what I'm just going to do now is just put up the link to all of your books.
Thank you.
You'll be able to see both No Inclinations there, and they will get married up to be on the same page shortly.
They should.
But if
yes,
you want to go through and have a look at all the books, you can do that.
Thank you.
And
That's awesome. I really appreciate you doing that.
That's okay, and thank you for coming in. And we did talk about like maybe in a couple of months or whatever, we'd come back and do like a book review for those people who have read it.
Sure.
I can't wait
would
to
love
discuss,
to. Yeah, I'd love to
discuss it with other people.
Thank you.
You know,
that would be wonderful. I mean, thank you for having me.
Well,
I
thank
love
you
coming on.
Oh no, anytime you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Sure,
And I will
definitely.
have to keep an eye out and see how the book's going. Remember, people can, when this live finishes, there'll be the links there directly, or you can go to the one that I just posted and it'll show you all of the books. And I'm going to go now and read the QR book 1.
Thank you. Tell me how you like it. It's very different from this book. All my stuff is different.
Oh, definitely. I'll leave a review. I'm not a book review leaver, but
I
definitely go for these.
Too, which is terrible.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely good to have the feedback on it. So
definitely,
yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
it. Well, thank you for having me. Oh, my phone
That's okay. No, that's okay. It's about to be time for bed.
Go. There we go.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks again. Talk